Hello everyone and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Pisces for next year, for year 2021, the year of the bull. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Christmas and looking forward to New Year's holiday as well. Please remember that this is a general reading. There will be parts that do not resonate. Only take the parts that do and leave the rest. I've already meditated on the cards. I've already shuffled the cards. And this is the spread that I have for you today, dear Pisces. In the past position, we've got the Hermit, clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. In the obstacle position, we've got the Knight of Wands, clarified by Death. In the advice from Spirit position, we have the Four of Swords, clarified by the Ten of Swords in reverse. In the first part of 2021, we have Ace of Swords, clarified by the Queen of Cups. And in the second part of 2021, we have the Star, clarified by the Page of Cups. Now, in the past position, we have the Hermit, so it does seem that you may felt a little bit isolated, a little bit spending time alone, if you will. Of course, 2020, many people found themselves a little bit isolated. So definitely the Hermit brings a period of introspection, a period of soul searching as well. It's about evaluating relationships, evaluating situations that you may have had in the past that kind of affected you in not a way that you wanted to, but the Hermit learns from those situations or from those relationships, and the Hermit grows from those situations and progresses. The Hermit brings a lot of wisdom. And wisdom is the ability to see kind of good in everything as well as bad in everything, and the ability to navigate in between those two things. The Hermit also brings, truth as well as wisdom, and helps kind of see things that are no longer useful, and helps sort of move forward with things that are still useful. Now, combined with the Ten of Pentacles, usually when you have the Hermit with the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles is a card of transfer of wealth, of course. Pentacles usually symbolize a financial aspect of things. So it could be that you had some time where you found yourself alone thinking about how money affects different situations in your life, how money affects different relationships, and how do you feel as a result of that. Definitely it created a really solid foundation as far as wisdom that you continue to carry with you as through 2021, which is really important. Now, in the obstacle position, we have the Knight of Wands, clarified by Death. I'll tell you right now, I don't like the Knight of Wands. It's not my favorite card. Usually when you have the Knight of Wands in the obstacle position, he's too flighty, he's too he doesn't like commitment, he's not very dependable either. So it could be that you are dealing with someone like in a relationship that you're struggling to see eye to eye as a result of lack of commitment, lack of dependability. The wands are represented by fire, and fire is unpredictable. So when you have too much unpredictability, it creates instability, and as a result, there's ultimately could be failure of a situation or of a relationship. The good thing is that the Knight of Wands is, not the King, for example, of Wands, but the Knight still brings a lot of authority and weight with him. And we do see that there's still, we see some mountains or hills here in the background of this card, suggesting that this relationship or this situation is going to pose additional challenges in 2021, where you may feel like you are trying to put in a lot of energy and time into a situation or into a relationship that ultimately has a very large probability of not turning out the way you would like it to turn out. we also have death in the obstacle position. Death is a major arcana card, and in the obstacle, it suggests that you're delaying perhaps the inevitable, delaying the end, prolonging a difficult situation that doesn't, you know, seem to kind of serve you well. And, perhaps the outcome is still going to be quite disappointing when you're delaying something, and not allowing it to unfold. The advice from Spirit is Four of Swords and the Ten of Swords, which is really important here. The Four of Swords is a card of rest, so the Spirit is saying that you should focus on being kinder to yourself. You should focus on remembering that you come first before anyone else does. And of course, the Ten of Swords in reverse suggests that, you should get rid of those self-defeating beliefs, because that may continue perpetuating the patterns that no longer work for you. We know that the swords are a suit of challenges. We know that swords are a suit of meddling. Perhaps you are having difficulty letting go of what no longer serves you. Perhaps you are kind of fixated on a certain identity, and not realizing that we can change our identities. So if someone in the past said, you're always going to be such and such, that's their opinion. That's not true and does not apply in any way, shape, or form. Identities change. Situations change. There's no such thing as constant. Life is a progression of changes, as we know. And so the Ten of Swords reverse suggests that you should focus on developing a new belief system, a new identity, a new way of looking at things, that serve you, that help you move forward, that make you continue experience a meaningful existence. Notice that I didn't say happy one, because meaningful existence is much more satisfactory than a happy existence, because happiness usually at some point runs out. So definitely the advice from Spirit is to focus on your dreams and goals, and let go of things that no longer serve you. Let go of people that don't want to provide commitment, and don't delay the situations that inevitably are going to come to an end. And the reason situations come to an end is so that something more wonderful can happen. And that is why the divine here has the Ace of Swords for you. The Ace of Swords is a card that brings courage and card that brings bravery, because you are able to overcome anything that stands in your way. You just need a little bit more courage when you feel, kind of finding yourself going to the old patterns where you may find comfort, because we tend to be creatures of comfort as human beings, and we tend to gravitate to things that we know rather than we don't, because the unknown usually can be difficult to kind of comprehend at first. But the Ace of Swords, not just it doesn't just bring courage, it doesn't just bring bravery, it also brings clarity and new beginning and strength, and of course movement. Finally you have the sword in your hand to clear away things that no longer serve you, and of course victory. The Ace of Swords is about triumph and victory. While it's an amazing card, I do always like to warn people that there's always a cost associated with the swords. And so, be mindful of kind of progress, and be mindful of moving forward, and realizing that there is going to be a little bit of sacrifice. There is going to be improvement, but there is going to be a little bit of cost associated with that. Improvement in the relationships that you have, and, in different situations, in work situations, in home life, Ace of Swords is a really wonderful card to have. Now, it's clarified by the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups is all about caring and compassion and, providing nurture. It could be that you have a friend in your daily life that brings that energy. It could be that you are moving towards, focusing on taking care of self in ways that you've never did before. It could be that, you're being reminded by the spirit to not be as hard on yourself. We tend to kind of criticize ourselves the hardest, and it's so important to remember to treat yourself with the compassion that you show to others. Now, in the second part of 2021, we've got the Star, which is a really wonderful card. It's a wish card. Definitely you are going to have an amazing second part of 2021. You also have the Page of Cups, which brings good news and an opportunity, which is really important. An opportunity to perhaps start something new, an opportunity to pursue something you always wanted to have. The Star is a major arcana card, and definitely, it creates also compassion. It also brings healing. It also kind of repairs relationships that you want to see repaired. It's a really powerful, wonderful card. Now, let's see what energy oracle cards I pulled. I also pulled 3 energy oracle cards, and we have Journey, we have Man Holding a Heart, and Adjacent Possibilities. So definitely wonderful cards. The Journey card is about traveling, because we see this person, this girl, standing there with her suitcase on, and it symbolizes traveling on the outside as well as traveling on the inside. Kind of relates to the Hermit a little bit. Introspection does relate to evaluating things and seeing what no longer works, so that you can clear room for more and grow as a person, grow as an individual, so that you're able to see and build bigger dreams and accomplish those as well. Now, we do have a Man Holding a Heart. It could be an actual romantic individual that's coming into your life. So do keep an eye out for romance in 2021. Really good omen. It could also be a friend, a neighbor, a colleague that perhaps is going to help you and give you advice as far as family is concerned. So, as far as friendships are concerned as well. So it could be just a really good friend, teacher, mentor that provides really important words of wisdom. And of course, in 2021, we know you're going to have opportunities. So the Adjacent Possibilities is a card that reminds you to be aware for opportunities that may come and change your life for the better in 2021. Let's see what answers from angels we have. I've also pulled 3 answers from angel cards, and we've got choose a new direction, we've got within the next few months, and the situation will improve. Definitely really positive messages from your angels and spirit guides. Definitely focus on meditating, focus on opening those channels of your subconscious and really listening to the messages that you receive from the divine, which you cannot really do without meditating. But the divine here suggests that you should focus on choosing a new direction. And adjusting a little bit, adjusting the course a little bit. I think that when we fly in airplanes, the pilots end up adjusting the course all the time. Otherwise, we would never get to the destination we want to get. So do remember that constantly, having a plan is really important. Having strategy is really important. But there are times when, the divine throws a surprise that requires a little bit of adaptation and adjustment. And sometimes the divine does see and how far responsibility we can handle, which is why there are a little bit of challenges that come our way. Now, it does look like the situation will improve within the next few months. So definitely be on a lookout for that. I think that you will find an amazing surge of power right after the first of the year. So keep an eye out for that as well. Let's see what mystical wisdom cards I pulled. And we have Peacock, raise your standards, Archangel Gabriel, messenger of creativity and hope, and sensuality, express your sensuality. The sensuality card very much relates to the Queen of Cups. Follow, it reminds us to follow our intuition. It reminds us to focus on things that bring us little pleasures as it raises our vibration. So definitely make sure that you practice that. Now, it's interesting that the mystical wisdom cards provided the Peacock card, raise your standards. It could be that you have always believed that you could only achieve so much. But the Peacock reminds us that there is more in your potential that you can achieve. So make sure that you really go for the, moon. You really hit it out of the park. The bigger your dreams, the more you can accomplish. And definitely Archangel Gabriel brings a wonderful message of hope that things are going to be better in 2021, and it very much relates to the Ace of Swords. You will receive clarity, you will receive strength and courage, and there will be movement forward, and you're going to be happy. I mean, you have the Star card, which is a wish card, so definitely there's a lot to look forward to in 2021. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Pisces. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting my channel, and I will see you next time.